Hello, my name is Sir Elliot, and today I'll be discussing my topic of animal testing. Maybe. All right. The history of animal testing, according to Professor Franco, who is a specialist in molecular and cellular biology, has dated back since 500 BC and beyond, and before that, actually. And it was referenced in some ancient Greek writing, as well as the famous Greek philosopher Aristotle believed that humans were above um, animals, and his belief kind of swayed, his followers, and also swayed the natural general public of thought on animal experimentation. And his reasoning was that since we can reason and animals cannot, they do not deserve natural rights, and therefore humans should not even um, discuss stopping the animal experimentation. And that was his reasoning, and that's what society believed during that time. And we'll be looking at the 19th century time period just because this is a time where people started to sway from that Aristotle way of thinking and sway into their own way of thinking about should humans actually be operating and cutting open these animals. So here we go. So in 19th century England, uh, they perform vivisections and dissections live. A vivisection is cutting the animal open while he's alive or while it's alive, and then a dissection is what students do in high school biology classes. They cut open, dead frogs, dead pigs, etc. Um, this was fine. This was viewed as a form of general entertainment during that time period. They would have the vivisection and dissection in a town square area, and everyone would gather around and watch, and I guess excitement. And this excitement changed and died down a little bit when domestic animals were introduced. I imagine a family believing that their family dog or cat would be cut open in front of hundreds of people in the audience, and that didn't sit well with those families and those kids, and that this started to change the minds of people in England. And the man in the picture there is Francois Magendie. He is a French uh, physiologist, and he was known for his cruelty in experiments. He once performed a dissection, I believe it was, of a dog, and the dog was pinned down by its ears and paws, and he was examining the dog's facial nerves in front of, a live audience, and then he left that dog hanging there overnight to be further examined the next day. And that was how Francois was known as a cruel man that does animal experiments. And this also didn't help, with people a little scared for their domestic animals at this time. For the people that were on the pro experimentation side, in 1846, anesthesia was discovered, was created, and this kind of gave those people that are pro testing the the backing to say that animals are being taken care of. They're under anesthesia now. They are, they're not feeling pain while we are killing them essentially. So that's that. And then in 1876, the Cruelty to Animals Act was put into place, uh, and this required people who wanted to experiment on animals to have a certification to do so. So it couldn't just be anyone cutting open animals. All right, so why animal testing is necessary? And as you can see in that picture, it says, "Who would you rather see live?" A great piece of marketing right there. Would you rather see the rat or her? That's I really like that picture. And according to California Biomedical Research Association, uh, chimpanzees and mice share a large amount of our DNA. Chimpanzees 99%, and mice share apparently 98%. And they can also get a lot of the same diseases us humans get. and this is a reason for why people want to keep testing in today's day and age. And also, other animals that can get similar conditions would be like guinea pigs, rabbits, rats, primates, and birds. And also, the great thing about animal testing in that sense is that you can really mock a situation of real life with controlling, temperature, the diet of the animals, and also like the lighting in the environment. And also, the alternatives are not accurate enough, according to the protesting side. They believe that cell cultures, computer models, and tissue cultures as well cannot make up for a full animal because the body is interconnected and you need those specific organs working in unison to tell how it will affect a human. So that's what they believe. All right, and then this is some additional data on animal testing. As you can see, animals are used uh, each year in the world, around the world. The number I got was 115 million animals each year are used in animal experiments. That doesn't mean all 115 die, but that means 115 million animals are used. So that is quite a bit. The top countries, as you see, USA leads with Japan, China, Australia, France, Canada, and the UK. Also, the top countries to experiment on animals. And according to studies by Cruelty Free International and Dr. Hadwin is who got those numbers and the information. And then, as you can see over here, the testing results that have came from animal tests in the past were very beneficial to our advancement in the medical field. The HIV testing was from primates. Uh, Cancer testing was gained from testing on mice, and also or different cancer treatments were gained from testing on mice. And then also guinea pigs helped to treat asthma, polio vaccine from many animal experiments, many different animals, and then mice used to perfect penicillin. And then also mice, rats, cats, and rabbits helped develop hypertension drugs, blood pressure. And then the next viewpoint of the next side of the argument would be, why is animal testing unethical? And so, as you see in the picture, a novel drug can take 10 to 15 years and more than $2 billion to develop. So it is very expensive. And failure rates occur in about 95% of human studies. So that is of, a lot of failure to the 5% of passing drugs. So that means drugs that pass the clinical animal trials and then are later tested on humans, they fail. 95% of those. Now, the 5%, you can weigh that the 95% is necessary for the 5% to pass. That's another way of looking at it. But the 100 million animals in U.S. labs and currently, so to say, and also some believe that testing is unnecessary because they test on things like, you know, uh, medicine, of course, but then there's cosmetics that are being tested on these animals, and also food that is being tested on these animals. And aside from the cost and the failure rates and trials, some stuff might not be as necessary as others. So, in conclusion, you have to weigh the options. Animals do die each year, and it's a lot. It's a high number. Um, and over 100 million animals die each year. And cures and treatments from testing in the past are something that I would say helps benefit the medicine world today. All the diseases and all the cures that I've listed earlier in the presentation, something as simple as asthma, possibly without animal experimentation, could still be affecting and killing a lot more people today than it did back in the day. So, things like that, cancer treatments, even though we do not have a cure yet for that, but we have, testing, and it has gotten much better, treatments to help people ease the pain, as well as, HIV. Even though AIDS, there's no cure for AIDS, but there is treatments for AIDS, and these things are life-threatening diseases and conditions to the human race, and without testing on animals first, these drugs, these products, who knows if we could have found a better way. And life without animal testing, that's hard to say. You could say that animal testing is very beneficial thing. I believe it's beneficial, and I see the other side as well, but I believe it's beneficial. And if we continue to do as we do, we can continue to defeat different diseases and conditions that come to our world. However, if there is no animal testing, I don't know if you can, overcome those things. However, there is a study shown from Doctor his name is Reganatha and Doctor Kuppas in 2012. They believe that the three R's, reduction, refinement, and replacement, all can serve as a solution for animal testing right now. So instead of those 115 animals, reduce the number of animals, refine the conditions, the cage conditions, have those animals happy when they're living and being tested on as best as possible. And then, eventually replace those animals with, again, an alternative, which who knows how beneficial and how effective that can be compared to the whole work of a body of a whole full animal. So, but that is a thought for alternative, and that can continue to push our medicine forward. And the last thing is, it's just a matter of your belief. What do you see? Do you see the animals dying, or do you see, the people dying and the diseases that have came in the past that eases the life that we live today? Thank you for listening, and have a great day. And also, here are my references, I believe. Here we go. And there are my references. All right. Thank you.